Good evening, my Rosalins and Rosikins. Mother is back. And in this video, I want to talk about in order to have skinny privilege, you actually have to be skinny. So, what I've come to realize is usually skinny is like the smallest size that you can be at your healthiest weight. If that makes sense. You know how you have the BMI, and you have the range of weight that is considered healthy within your height and age range. So with that, the smallest weight that is healthy for your BMI, because we do not support eating disorders, and that goes for being a big back and being anorexic. Okay, we don't support that. So let me make it simple for you. Okay. So, if you want skinny privilege, mother's advice is to drop down to the smallest weight that you can be at your height. That is healthy, according to the BMI, as a reference for you, moving forward on your weight loss journey. Because, me at 5'2" would be like a smaller amount of weight on the scale for my healthy BMI than someone who's like 5'7". Now, if you still want to drop down lower than that, that is up to you. That's your choice. Just like if the highest you can be at your given weight or height that's healthy, if you want to go over that and be a big back, that's your choice too. Okay? So it goes both ways. Just like people can choose to, treat their body terribly, we can choose to gain skinny privilege by actually being skinny and healthy. Just saying. For those of you who like to be the eating disorder police out here, but don't have that same energy for a big back. So, that being said, mother's advice with how to gain the skinny privilege is to drop down to the smallest weight within your BMI for your height, age, and all that good stuff. And then, decide if you are satisfied with your body, if you want to, change anything with that number and, weight on the scale, that's up to you. But that's my advice. Because technically speaking, even if you are like way, very little being a skinny legend and having skinny privilege, you're still within a healthy weight, according to your specific BMI. So yeah, that one was for the people who want to police me on my channel about, the weight loss tips I give and the aspiration to having skinny privilege and being a skinny legend, which is never going to stop because my channel was made for that. Again, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be pretty, and if you want to be skinty, my channel targets women like that because that is mother's aspirations and the journey she's on. So I don't want to hear shit. Okay? Okay. Now, when I'm talking about in order to have skinny privilege, you actually have to be skinny. I'm talking about sizes that are smalls, extra smalls, and below if, you're a petite woman like myself and, aspiring to be that. So we all saw the Victoria's Secret fashion show walk and how the models look gorgeous, healthy, toned, and skinty. And that is the body type that I am aspiring to and will have in the future. Clock it. Clock it. And so for me and my Roslins who are also on this journey, like, yeah, when we say skin tea, we mean that. We mean like a skin tea that is show stopping. A skin tea that's like, damn, you are gorgeous, girl. That body is gorgeous. It's carved by the gods. We're not talking about a sickly skinny, duh. Anyway, but I realize that there are women out there who are not in that body range, do not have those proportions, but want to claim skinny privilege. Ma'am, no shade, no tea. You're a size medium. You're not skinny yet. Okay? You're not. You're not skinny yet. Okay? You're a size large. You're not skinny yet. I'm sorry. You've dropped a great amount of weight, but you have not reached skinny legend territory yet. You have not and are not in a position to gain skinny privilege. What you gained is healthy weight privilege, which is great. You look great. I'm not saying that women who might have more curves, literally, not the ones that are big bags that say they're curvy. No, I'm talking about these are actual curves because mother has curves, okay? But you need to keep going to get the skinny privilege. Like even me right now. Again, I told you I'm a medium. I'm not in the skinny privilege realm yet, but I know that's where my future is headed because I'm making that a priority. And yeah, it's better. It's better over here. It keeps getting better. Okay. And I can be honest and say that a size small, well, I'm going to say a size extra small, extra, extra small, have a different life than me as a medium woman. They just do. For right now, anyway. I'm catching up. But, but they do. You see, when you are and have skinny privilege and are a skinny legend, everything you wear, it looks so flattering. Your face is toned, sharp, face gains everywhere. You know, they say face gains when you lose weight. Well, face gains everywhere. Your jawline is perfected. Your eyes look bigger because there's less fat, around your cheeks and stuff. Um, when you take supplements, they do better work because they have less less things to have to go to. You know how you have a smaller, so let's say you have like a washcloth versus a towel. I think of it like that way when you're skinny versus a big back. If you're like a towel, it's going to take you a while to absorb everything, right? I feel like when you are a washcloth, you can absorb things much quicker, like supplements, food, like things really hit quick when you have a smaller body and frame to work with, no matter your height. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you look like a literal doll. When you wear anything, you saw those K-pop women like that as well. Beautiful women. You see the Sudanese models, dark and lovely. Like all these different women all around the world, honey, they're put on a pedestal because they are skinty and pretty and wealthy and on their wealthy journey through their skintiness and prettiness. That's what I say. When you are a woman, the best thing you can ever do for yourself is become skinny, pretty, and wealthy. But skinny and pretty is the first two steps, and then that will lead you more to wealth. I clock it because they'll give you the options to marry up or to create a brand with your beauty and do more things with that. And mother is looking forward to my future baddie self. I kid you not. Okay, my Claudine self. I just know. I just know. I just know. So like what mother's saying is like when it comes down to the different things that you do with your skinny privilege, like it's a whole new world, baby. You know how a lot of women are dressed as size 16 through 18 here in America? And we're like medium, or some of us are mediums, but want to be smaller. You know how like we look skinny to some people who are used to obese women being the majority in America, but that's not. You're healthy. There's a difference. Okay, we're healthy, but what about being skinny and healthy? That's a whole nother level, right? Again, we didn't say skinny and erexant. We said skinny and healthy. Boom, clock it. So that being said, when you are skinny and have skinny privilege, it also helps you to not age as fast. So one thing I realized is like the more weight you have on your body, on your face, it makes you look like middle aged, right? And it's a lot of inflammation on your body, on your joints, a lot of pressure. But when you're light as a feather and stiff as a board, the craft reference. It's Halloween season. What do you expect? Okay. But when you're light as a feather and stiff as a board, you are able to give the appearance of youth and vitality, right? And when you invest in your beauty, when you're healthy and skinny, it hits different. I don't care what no one says. Me being a medium right now and me like doing little tricks and tips and stuff for my like beauty, it's getting me places. I'm not gonna hold you. Put some clip-ins here, clip-ins there, but when you are skinty and have skinny privilege, shit just hits different. It goes a longer way. Because again, you're like a doll, The littlest changes can make you look bam, bam, bam to your appearance. You know what I'm saying? versus you being a medium and up, and you like feeling like, oh my goodness, like I have to do this with my makeup, I have to do this with my hair, I have to do this with my leggings, I have to do this with my boots, I have to, at least your mother, you gotta really think long and hard about what you're gonna put together. And that is just to make sure you're always looking flattering. But when you're skinty, honey, you always from every angle look flattering. So it's less about spending time because you want to look flattering. It's more of you want to express yourself in a certain type of way, right? Like skinny girls, skinny privileged women have different problems from, other women, because you're literally can be almost seen as a prop. Like you're a doll come to life. It just really is what it is. When you have skinty privilege, I feel that you unlock a dating atmosphere less about taking you out to dinner and more about taking you out to experiences. And dinner is a thought too, but it's more of an afterthought than let me take you here and there to go sit down and talk. How about we go to the fair? How about we go to the carnival? How about we go to travel to an island or something? Like, I don't know, like things like that. Like, I realize that the smaller I get, the more that people want to have experiences with me, right? They want to be my knight in shining armor when I'm walking down the street. They want to get my opinion on things. They want to, compliment my outfit, compliment my intelligence, tell me about myself, but in a playful way. Like, it's not confrontational and it's not serious. It's lighthearted with slivers of truth. I realize that as I'm earning my skinny legend status, that a lot of days you are you are just seen as you, a doll, but you. And I realized that the fact that skinny legends and skinny legends to be are treated with so much humanity versus what I've heard from women who are bigger or women who have let themselves go or women who are seen as unattractive. It's just a different type of life. And then you add being child free on that. It's crazy. It's insane. What I realize is like with my beauty, with my whole entire existence, with my career, that the best thing that I could ever do, and with my health, is to get skinny. And being a skinny legend, you have to be skinny. There's no medium. That's not skinny. I don't care what you say. Skinny is like Victoria's Secret body type. Skinny is like Monster High Ghoul type. Okay? I'm not even going to add the brats in there because they give me skinny curvy. I like skinny athletic K-pop type, Monster High Ghoul type, Victoria's Secret type, where you have toneness, right? Like Claudine. You guys know I love Claudine from Monster High. That's my baby. I am Claudine. She is me. My thing is that she is an athlete, though. In her Monster High backstory, she's a track star. And so, again, when we say skinny, we're talking about women who give that Wonder Woman effect. Like the Wonder Woman, the recent one, the most recent one, Gail, I think, Gadot or something like that. She, like her type of thing, where it's like you're skinny, but you're toned. Now, she wasn't, I don't think she was, but maybe she was as toned and muscular as the Victoria's Secret models in a feminine way. But because I can't really see her like toneness. Like I saw the Victoria's Secret models when they're walking down that damn catwalk, looking like art moving, honey. Muscles and all, but skinny privilege with it. It was just different. So yeah, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? Not like skinny fat, where it's like you're in the in between, where you're still inflamed, but you still have some more pounds to lose. Not skinny like, oh, I'm the smallest of my family type of skinny. I'm talking about true, authentic skinny, privileged baby. It's not for a photo. This is your life. That happens to be caught on camera as you're walking down the runway type of skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like that is what I aspire to be like. Because fuck out here. I think it's beautiful. And then, us as exoticals, we're exotical women. So you add that, especially as a Rosalind being brown to dark skin, within those ranges, like you, my baby girl, your beautiful chocolatey self. It's just like it's chef's kiss. I'm sorry. It just is. Like you gotta think for all my exoticals that might be listening, that you have the melanin, right? And then you add the skinniness, the prettiness, and then you're building wealth alongside all this. Like you're that big. You're that big. You know what I'm saying? Is you unstoppable. You unstoppable. I'm not gonna stop telling you this because you are. You're unstoppable at that point. Because one, you're not even gonna be aging because you got the melanin. And then you healthy and your body's not inflamed and you're skinny and toned. Like get your life. And then you pretty, take my money type of energy, right? And then you're building wealth, saving your coin, investing in your beauty, investing in the stock market and Bitcoin if you're into that. Mother is learning about that, but Bitcoin, whatever, real estate, whatever, your assets, buying homes, you know what I'm saying, creating businesses. Like you doing all this on top of that. Baby girl, the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. You are that bitch. You that queen. So that's what I'm like, for me, I just want you to lock in, understand, and then you add a spiritual layer, you a spiritual woman on top of all that, baby, you covered, you protected, highly favored. Get your life. You're beauty destined. So that's what I'm saying, like, please don't shortcut yourself with this process. In order to have skinny privilege, you need to be skinny. I already told you some of the ways you can measure your skinniness and see like how skinny you want to get in a healthy way, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And some aspirations could be the Victoria's Secret model for you, Monster High goals, and K-pop idols, etc. That are skinny, but you could tell that they are healthy. You have to be healthy enough to keep dancing and being as athletic as all these different versions of skinniness that all have skinny privilege. Like man, it's just like the world is your oyster. I really want you to understand this. Like, no matter how long it takes, my beautiful Rosalynds, we're gonna be skinny legends. We're gonna have skinny privilege, and we're not gonna shortcut that shit. You gotta earn your skinny legend status. It is what the fuck it is. And people who don't want to do the work, goodbye. We already know it. Like, come on now, because oh my god. And then you add being child free onto that. Like, mother is like, come on girl, get your life. Anyway, so with that, I hope this gives you something to think about, that to be and have skinny privilege and to be a skinny legend, you actually have to be skinny. You cannot, cheat your way into this. You actually have to dedicate yourself to this lifestyle and to this new way of thinking and to this pretty girl roadmap. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that I'm going to be breaking down more things about being a triple killer, but also the steps into glowing up. Because my channel is dedicated to the glow up and the becoming. Because baby, come hell or high water, we are going to get there and stay there on our thrones. Okay, we already are. What did I tell you before? Pretty is your baseline. Okay, you're an exotical and you're pretty. Specifically, you're a brown cis dark skin exotical and you're pretty. And these different things that we're talking about is elevating that and bring us to a higher level so that we can get and have the life we all want. Right? And for my beautiful lighter skinned zolicals that are listening, lighter skinned zolical sisters, same concept, right? So that's what I'm just saying. We cannot just sit over here and let people play with us and try to convince us that we don't have greatness in us and that we're not beauty destined women, because we are. You know, I just want you to know that a lot of you are doing the work and you're making moves. Some of you have already reached this level, having skinny privilege and being a skinny legend. And I just want to say congratulations and really, really hug yourself, because girl, you really put in the work. And for my Rosalynds and I who are still on our journey, we're going to be at the top soon too. So please don't get discouraged. I know a lot's happening, in life and in the country. If you're in the United States, if you're overseas and stuff, other places, I pray you're safe there as well. But I know a lot of things are happening, my beautiful Rosalynds, but we can't let that stop us from attaining all the favor that we were born and destined to have, right? Because we're beauty destined women, we are skinny legends, and we are damn sure going to get that skinny privilege come hell or high water. Okay? And with that, Mother's going to say, ciao. Mother loves you.